Hello and welcome to the tour of eMoney. And I'm Patrick. I'm going to take you through some of the important areas of the eMoney website. And let's start off by, if you haven't logged in before, go ahead and get logged in. If you're not sure how to do that, you can reach back to our office and just either call in or email myself or Michael or Renee or Victor, and we'll be able to get you all set up and logged in and connected. Now, eMoney, we use this for our planning portal. So this is going to be where we're doing some projections for retirement, we're doing our budget, we're working on several things like that. So that's what eMoney is built and designed for. Now, what I want to do is I want to go through and take a look at some of the different things that I feel are important. And I'm not going to cover everything, but I want to cover a number of, I think, very important features that are there for you to use and take advantage of if you wish to do so. Across the top, let's look there first. You're going to see that there's these tabs. So we have investments, vault, reports. Okay, you see all that. Here's help, settings, sign out. So those tabs will take us to a different window, and we can do different things in different windows. But we're going to start off with the home page to start with. So on the left side, you're going to see accounts. Okay, I'm going to come back to that in a second. Over here in the middle, you're going to see net worth. And just to the right of that, you're going to see your investments. Now, back over to accounts. If you say, hey, Patrick, I want to add my 401k at work, you can just go on Add Accounts. And it'll come up here in just a second. Okay. As I'm doing that, anytime you see some blue writing, okay, that's a hyperlink. So you can click on that. Now, when you hover over, which means just put your mouse on, any of these two boxes, you say, hey, I have my login. I've logged into my 401k before. I know what that website should be. You can click on have an online login, or if you don't, you can click on this one. I recommend if you do have an online login, then this is how I would set it up. You just simply put in either the name of the website, or if you want to put in, the actual URL, that'd be perfect. Usually it's the custodian. So if we look at Fidelity here, for example, it's going to give us a whole bunch of different Fidelity potential connections. That's why it's better to have the exact name and to be able to put the exact web address in there. And like I said, again, you can just go ahead and you can click in that box on the top of your web browser that's got the little padlock next to it. All you do is click it once and then right click, copy, and you can paste it right into here if you wish. But let's just say that, you're part of Hertz Corporation and you want to log in. And once you click on your website, you go ahead, log in, click connect, all done. Pretty easy. Now, one of the things I'm going to mention about eMoney is that that by your refresh, looks like kind of a circle in your web browser, and it's got some arrows that gives you the ability to go backwards and forwards. Don't do the backwards forwards because eMoney doesn't like that. Instead, either click here, go back home, or click another tab, and that'll take you right there. If you forget, you just click on home, that's fine. It'll take you right back home anyways. Just don't click on the back arrow because that will then actually kick you out and you have to log all the way back in again. So now, if you added your accounts, you linked your accounts, that's great. You can do that. That's fantastic. And that then adds into your net worth and maybe even your investments. So I put in some dummy accounts here. Anytime you see that there's an arrow that can drop down, that'll give you more information, okay? And here's another one. Here's the individual accounts. So as far as tax advantage, which would mean like our retirement accounts, our Roth IRAs, the accounts at work, like this isn't linked, but I could link it if I wanted to. Again, if I click here, it takes me to that page where I put in the web address. And so let's just take a look at that quick here again. And then it'll say, okay, what's your institution? Who holds the money, all right? Is it, Capital One, Fidelity, Citibank, Bank of America, Vanguard, Chase? Or maybe you don't see it, then you just type it right in, okay? And it just is a nice way to be able to help keep a ongoing accurate value of those accounts. So again, keeping in mind, just I'm going to say this a bunch, but don't use the back arrows. If you want to go back, just click on the things that say back to home page, or you click on one of the tabs. Okay, so you get to see how that works. Pretty straightforward, not too complicated. So let's go ahead and let's look at the next tab, which I think is really important, which is Organizer. In the Organizer, this is where we will work on your budget. And you may also put some other things in there like your salary, wages, anything like that. So let's go ahead and click on Income, Expenses, and Savings. This is the one that most people will be going in and out of. You can see that as far as income goes, all right, we have John and we have Jane's wages. Now, if you say, hey, you know what, Jane got a really nice raise this year, and she's not making $55,000 anymore. You can click on Jane's wages like I just did, and then you can go in and you can adjust your wages. Let's say you're making $67,587 now, and this will start in this year. Perfect. And the way I have it set up is until you retire. Great. Click Save, and then you'll notice, it's already updated. Perfect. Now, if you do change anything in this page, it will change on my side as well. So that can be a good thing, because then I can help keep up to date on the things that are changing in your lives, so I can be more accurate when I help you plan, or any one of us. Also, I put in here your budgetary items, and this is an example of one. So when Michael, myself, Victor, or Renee do the plan for you, and you have an itemized budget, we'll lay it all out in here. And the nice thing is that you then, when you're logging in, can go in here and you can change what these amounts are. So if you're looking at this and you're saying, gee, Patrick, I don't know that we're really spending $20,000 on vacations. It's much less than that. I think I gave you the wrong number. So you just go ahead and you just click on that hyperlink again. It'll open it up, and then you just go ahead and change it to whatever you want it to be, and then click Save. Now you can go in here and you can change a bunch of these around, and that's perfectly fine. I have had people say, hey, Patrick, is this real? Yeah, it's real. It comes over on my side. But if you get it kind of goofed up and you want me to reset it for you, I do have your original numbers still. Any one of us actually have your original numbers. We can go back and reset that and get that all set up for you. But I think for the most part, most people, I haven't had to do that yet, so they've been pretty good with it. So that is a way to be able to adjust the living expenses. Now, when you go in and you adjust your living expenses, okay, and or wages, you can also go ahead and you can change, if you decide to change withholdings on your investments. So you go to Accounts, you click on the account. So let's say Jane's 403B. We say, okay, this is good, right? But we want to change, okay, the asset allocation or the investment strategy. Now, I will be completely transparent with everybody. Nobody really does this. What I've seen some people do is go into the edit basic information and then just change the value here. I don't see people going in much deeper than that. Usually I will take care of it. Just let me know if you want me to adjust that. If you want an updated value that's not updating automatically, that's fine. Now, why would you be doing this? Why would you go to your accounts and kind of putz around in those, or go into your income and expenses and change some of that? What does that mean? Why would I do that? Well, what happens is sometimes we want to be able to see what impact that will have on our projected retirement. So if you see over here, I landed on reports. If we go to reports, and you'll see that it starts off with a nice little balance sheet. Now this is, again, a blue hyperlink. There's a little triangle next to it. We just click on the triangle, and we go to cash flow. Once we go on cash flow, what that's going to show us is based upon the projected spending in retirement and the money that you've saved, how long will everything last? And you can see, looks good in this scenario. But this is where if you go in and you are changing, so I'm going to just jump back here to the organizer all the way. I'm going to go all the way back here. And I'm going to go to the expenses again. If you're changing your expenses, that will directly change and impact your cash flow. So it's a way just to kind of give some idea of maybe what things might look like and how things might change based upon some basic information that we have in here. Now, the other part is that when you do the report, so I'm going to go back there one more time, and we look at this. I just want to caution everybody, when you're looking at these projected values way out here, okay, just keep in mind that the likelihood those are going to be accurate, not real good, because it's a long ways out and there's certain assumptions that are made with planning that project values down the road. And let me just keep it simple by saying probably not horribly accurate, not super far off, but not really accurate either. And that's why we have to continue to update these numbers and continue to work the plan. And that's why it's so important. Even once you're retired, we keep on working the plan to make sure everything stays in good order. So now I'm just going to go back to home for a second here, okay? And from the home page, I always like going back to the home page. It just makes things a little bit easier in my mind. But then I'm going to go over here, caution, spending isn't what you think it is. So spending is not your budget. Organizer is your budget. Spending is not. Most of the times you won't go to spending. Investments, you can go in there and you can look at a few things too. But I wanted to show you something called Vault. So what a vault is that if, let's say you have a statement from your retirement plan at work and you say, Patrick, can you give me some ideas on what I should be looking at as far as making any changes? Now, we don't really want to be passing information like that via email because it's just not secure enough. Where eMoney is a very, very secure, or at least as secure as we can possibly get. There's a lot of safety procedures and protocols in place to make sure that our information is safe. But let's pass that using the vault. So simply all you would do is you can click into the share folder like I did there and then upload. And if you have a copy saved on your computer of your statement, you click files, just upload your files, and then just let me know you sent it to me. A lot of times when I log in, I will see that I did get something, but just, give me a quick, let me know. Any one of us know if you drop something in your vault for us to look at, and then we can kind of go from there. So we want to really emphasize on passing information safely, and the last word I'll say on emails, really, let's just use emails for general information. Let's not pass any information that has numbers or dates or anything specific, so we want to kind of stay away from that. So the shared documents is a really excellent place for us to share information back and forth, and really it's great to be able to help us be able to plan. And there's some things on the back end that I do to make the information more relevant on your end. So this is a working relationship on both sides. So basically, when you're getting to the end of things, this is, eMoney, and this is the quick tour. There's some other things in here we didn't really get into real deep, but you know what? I think that for the purposes of what you probably want to do, that'll probably cover it. If you have questions on anything, just reach out to us, call our office. It's 341-8899, or email myself or Renee or Victor or Michael, and we'll be more than happy to help you out. If you have trouble logging in, just reach out to us. We have the control on our end. We can reset and get it all set up. So this is a good tool. Hopefully you find this helpful, and we will talk to you down the road.